Good evening and welcome to a Mitch'nandMauck'n about the Cardinals podcast. I am Mitchell and I am joined as always by the two-time United States champion of the world. He's also the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch there in Chandler, Arizona, where this weekend only, if your name is Josh or Baez, half off the VIP lounge. He is the mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock. Tyrell, what are we going to talk about? Anything happen over the weekend?
Not that I know of. I'm not aware of anything. It's been a really quiet weekend, just chilling with the family. Nothing been real spectacular going on.
No news, Cardinal wise. It was pretty slow. Couple wins against the Cubbies.
Yeah. Pretty good offensive power outage too. Didn't that guy who been wanting up all year? I mean, we've been the free Jimmy Cooks podcast, but now I think is Josh Baez free?
Back to back to back. Wow.
Yeah. What let's go.
A good friend of our show, Stefan Carey, showed me a text that he sent his dad. And his dad, who was calling the game, said he had seen hundreds and hundreds of games at Wrigley. That was number one for him.
That's awesome, man. It would have to be just to see something history like that come full circle and like knowing his story and everything that goes along with that. It's just a magical moment, especially to have it the magnitude of the Cubs Cardinals rivalry.
Family in the stands. He looked like a comic book hero, like 1990s MLB. I gave the comparison, like he looked like Jose Canseco up there, just jacked up. The uniform was a little baggy. That's a big dude, man.
Yes. Big dude. 23, 6'3", 220. Just nothing but just man muscle right there.
You feel bad for Church playing center because you get a ball in the gap, left or right now. You get two NFL linebackers manning the corners.
Yeah, you better watch out because when the train's on the tracks, you better get off.
Is Baez bigger than Aaron Judge?
No. Judge, I mean, height-wise, Judge is the same height as Walker, which is like 6'7". So, but I mean, built like a brick shithouse. I mean, I did 6'7", so yeah. But just stature-wise, he looks like he's 6'6" because of just how built he is.
And the bat, it looks like a toothpick in his hands. I mean,
Mhm.
that's kind of what you compare it to.
And sneaky fast, too, for a big guy. So he's got 30-30 potential on his speed, too, because he's pretty fast.
But then, he went over 5 day with 3 Ks. That second one, he probably could have challenged, but they were up big, so he didn't. A lot of sweepers today. I think he'll get it figured out, and he'll figure it out quickly.
I think so too. And I was texting with a friend of the show that I work with, and he went all the way up to AAA, and we were talking about just how Baez handled the strike zone yesterday and today, and how all your big home run hitters know their strike zone and where they're going to swing, and they wait for their pitch anyway. And I know that the Cardinals have been working on Baez slowing down his bat so breaking balls wouldn't be a problem when he got to the show because dude could hit a fastball all day long. But it's what you do against a breaking ball in the major leagues that really counts.
A lot of positives from this series. Liberatore had a good start. I mean, yeah, they lost 3-0, but it was a great start by Libby. A big win Saturday, obviously, and then just an ass whipping in Chicago today. A beat down in the boogie down.
Yeah, that was it was nice to see that offensive surge come out. And I wonder if as a manager you try to keep feeding on this, and especially with like something Baez coming up and getting that energy and that youth is everything coming out right now. I wonder if you just play off that. Go guys, go out there and play your hearts out. Just like keep riding this wave they're on right now because that emotional roller coaster can really propel teams forward.
They're up to Hunter Dobbins pitched great today. I don't know if there's a massive drop off from Dobbins toward Dustin May was, Tyrell.
I don't think so either because May was inconsistent. You're consistently getting what you need out of Dobbins, which is 2 to 3 runs, 5 innings, and a good pitched baseball, and he keeps the team in it to win. So he does his job exactly like he's supposed to. He's pitching in the 6th today. I think his stuff has got every bit of movement May's had on it. I think that they might have lucked out and fleeced. Well, we think they might have fleeced the Brewers.
Yeah, you get a better pitcher and a guy who slides into your organization as your 4 prospect already.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's talk about the pitching real quick. 5 in the Great American Small Park, as it is affectionately known around the majors. They're 3.5 out of the wild card. You got to go 4 out of 5 in Cincinnati to kind of keep the train rolling, so to speak. Doubleheader tomorrow because of the rain out. You assume it's going to be Quinn Matthews getting the call. to throw
You
one of those
assume so
games.
just because of coming off this Cubs series, which they really didn't delve into the bullpen too much. But I'm going to tell you what, Caleb Ferguson, you got to go, man. You cannot keep walking batters like you have the last couple of games and gave up what you gave up today. And especially in a blowout game, but he just does not look good. And I understand why Cincinnati got rid of him with a bag of baseballs.
Yeah, you're the St. Louis is trying to cover innings, but now you've snuck back into it. You've played really good baseball the last 4 series, and now you're right back in the thick of it, being 3.5 out. Marlins play the Phillies for 3. That is crucial to the wild card standings. D-backs, Red Sox, Padres, Mets. I mean, those are all teams you're chasing. There's some chance to gain some ground, and the Cubs play the White Sox, so they'll play them tough. There's some chance that if they play well this week, Tyrell, they could get back into it, down 2 going into the weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, any baseball and anything's possible, especially going with this an easier team, you say, with the Reds, and it should be a slugfest coming into that. So I absolutely agree. Like if they can get 4 out of 5 here, like you're gonna make this interesting coming down the stretch really good, especially with your youth movement coming up that you can bring up from the minors and help you out a little bit.
St. Louis is not announced pitching probables, which has kind of become the norm on Sunday night when we do this show. They haven't really set up their week. But when you look back at the previous week, both Andre Palante and Kyle Leahy are available to throw tomorrow. Do you throw them both games 1 and 2 and go for the throat early and try to get 2 wins with your 2 best starters and then play it from there? Or do
Absolutely, I
you
think you
play
should.
Matthews to throw one?
Well, I think Quinn Matthews is every as good as a maybe not as ever good as a Palante, but he's going to be every good as a Libby start. Especially coming in. The only thing that does worry you with Matthews is his little bit of a tendency to walk guys, and it's playing in that ballpark. You could get out of hand real fast if you end up walking too many guys. But I would. I think if you're going to go for it, you should go for the throat now and win that series because that's all that matters right now is winning these series is going forward.
Yeah, they're both going to be on 4 days rest tomorrow. And then you got a day off the following Monday, the 24th. Then you can come back now if you're up 2. Now you can call it Quinn Matthews up on the 18th. However, it does mess up. You get the extra guy for the doubleheader, so it doesn't mess up your roster stuff, etc. Or you throw Palante game 1, knowing you're going to get a win. Throw Quinn game 2, and then come back with Leahy game 3 on Tuesday night. Because McGreevy will get the ball Wednesday. And then, Libby on Wednesday. And then if you're going based off turns, then it's McGreevy on Thursday.
I think you're probably going to go Palante, then when Matthews, and then Leahy because Leahy will be on his normal rest at that point. Yeah, that's probably what they're going to do because you can definitely Palante's been your best starter since what all
Before
season long. But yeah, best ground ball ratio in the big leagues right now too. So I think you have to go for the throat right now and go for these series wins.
But also by doing that, it sets up Dobbins, Palante, Leahy against the Phillies in a must-win series next weekend.
I like that better than throwing Libby in there because I think he scares me still, man. He's had a couple where he started to put together, but he still scares me. I think he's working on things. I'd rather see other people than Libby faces the Phillies, especially with Harper and Schwarber. Those guys just they feed off left-handed pitching anyway, because they're big leaguers and you're supposed to.
Especially with what we assume is going to be on the line this weekend. It's a make or break series. And kind of when you look at the future, Baltimore's kind of out of it. Pittsburgh's kind of dwindling. The Dodgers have played terrible baseball since the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Then you get 3 against Colorado, 3 against San Francisco, tough against the White Sox. The Giants, again, are out of it. Washington, who might be out of it by then, Pittsburgh, and then your last 3 against Milwaukee, who's probably going to be trying to set up their rotation for the playoffs. There's mathematically, with the games that are left, there's a very good chance that they're not out of this thing yet.
No, I don't think they are, and that was kind of the case. We were worried coming in out of the trade deadline that how is this team going to react to what just happened, and are they going to rally around each other and push forward, or are they going to kind of go like last year's team? Go, well, you know what? We know we're not going to win any games, so they just kind of lackadaisical effort is what you felt like. This team has just came back roaring and ready to go, and I think they can play spoilers down the road and down the stretch here and really put themselves in a position probably for that third wild card.
They haven't lost a series since the All-Star break, or excuse me, since the trade deadline.
Okay, yeah.
2 against Toronto, 2 against the Yankees, 2 against Colorado, 2 against Philly, and now 2 against Chicago.
And I think that was all tightening up and not playing like they needed to because of the trade deadline. So they didn't know what was going to happen. It was all up there. And ever since then, man, they have played loosey goosey, relaxed baseball, and are crushing. Man, I mean, tell you what, and I don't know why Alec Burleson was worried about getting traded, but that game right after the trade deadline where he went off against the Yankees, man, he's been your best hitter since the All Star break.
4 RBIs today. Jordan Walker also with four. They stopped at four out of respect for Jaden Daniels. We've been following that story in the NFL where he's trying to copyright the number five. So there's some stuff there, and at least it's going to be entertaining. We're going to get some exciting games late August and September, which we hadn't had for about the last 2 years.
Right, right. We have not. Yeah. So it's gonna be fun down the center. And honestly, I have enjoyed Cardinal baseball all season long and enjoyed watching these games. So I know we've said many times that this is a make or break series, but we're getting to the wire where it is going to be make or break series for a while.
Less than 40 games left to play. It's going to be fun. I want to go back to Bias for just a second. Where do you put him coming his call up in the ranking of the most hyped prospects ever? Basically, since our fandom in high school, college, kind of when we could really know what's going on. I got a list, and I want you to put him somewhere on this list. I'm going to go kind of in order of how I remember them. JD Drew, who came up on the day McGuire hit 62 in 98, followed by Yachty, Shelby Miller, Oscar Tavares, Jordan Walker, and then JJ Weatherholt. Where would you put Baez in that?
Uh, wow, man! I tell you what, JD Drew was a magical player. That was so fun to bring him up. Walker and JJ are the next cornerstone for this franchise. So that's what we really wanted. Yachty, you already knew what he was going to be defensively. I would probably put, probably it's probably for me. It's going to go because the Cardinals already had Poole, so Molina was a not an afterthought, but not highly touted like that. Defensively, he knew what he was going to bring. I'm gonna probably take him third or fourth because I'm probably gonna go Drew, Weatherholt, Drew, Walker, then Baez, and Oscar Baez, and then Molina.
I was going to go Oscar and then Baez just because the difference between Oscar and the rest of those guys, kind of at the time, was the advent of social media. Didn't happen with JD. It was in its infancy with Yachty. But man, the calls and the begging for Oscar Tavares at the time were magical, and he could have been a special player and tragically passed away. But I would put Baez definitely number one or two. Take your pick.
I mean, coming out and at your debut, hitting 3 home runs on the first 3 at bats, like first pitch you see, he crushed a 449 home run. I mean, that's just magical and special. And we have been clamoring for him all year long. But you know what? The Cardinals did it right. They gave him those 1,800 at bats in the minor leagues to figure his bat out and figure himself out and what he could be as a professional hitter. And hats off to him for actually going through the motions and following through with the plan.
You and I both kind of mess with trading cards a little bit. And last night or yesterday afternoon, I was like, dude, drop your cards on eBay right now. Just you'll know why later. Because you had a family event going on, you had to catch up late. And there's a story that was posted on X today. Someone had a one of one refractor of Joshua Baez auto, bought it for 1,700, sold it last night on eBay for $18,000.
Wow. 10,000% return on your investment, huh? You'll never get those odds. Wow, dude. Uh, it's crazy because baseball cards are the stock market now. I
Yeah,
mean, and the way the baseball hobby goes is if after that game of Baez, they automatically want to put him in the Hall of Fame, just how amazing he is, because that's just how the baseball hobby works right now. But he is on fire in the hobby and has been a little bit this past season 26 since his name's kind of gotten more up in the news media and everything is crushing home runs. So you've seen his cards increase a little bit, but man, now it's just through the roof. It's like cryptocurrency.
I didn't look today. I'm sure they dipped today a little bit or they're cooled off. But again, five in Cincinnati. You assume he's probably going to play at least 3 out of 5. I would wager he's going to go yard 3 more times.
In the Great American Ballpark, absolutely, man. I think he's going to go. I would love to see him go 5 for 5. 1 home run a game out of there. Yeah, I really could see that because, and also he was doing such good at bats, man, with his eyes, taking the pitches. So I could actually see him really crushing the baseball there and just getting good swings like he does. His bat speed's so fast.
You brought up a really kind of an interesting point there about we're ready to put him in the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame requested his cleats from yesterday.
Yeah.
but they're not his cleats. They're Blaze Jordans.
That
So Memphis was on the road. And so he traveled to kind of like, just whatever you need to get through a road trip when he got the call up. And he had dirty cleats, dirty batting gloves. And it was Brian Torres who kind of went shopping around the clubhouse for him to get him, fresh looking things. And he was a size 10 shoe, or 12 shoe, that mattered. But he's got an apparel contract with Franklin. And so he had to wear Franklin gloves and Franklin shoes. And Blaze Jordan was the only other guy who had that stuff. So Blaze Jordan's cleats are going to the Hall of Fame.
What an interesting and cool wrinkle that baseball provides like that. That's just awesome. I knew about the cleats, but I didn't know about the Franklin sponsorship. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
And people on X were like, well, why didn't the Cardinals pack stuff? They pack stuff, but they don't just keep Franklin's 14 cleats in stock on a road trip. At home, they got anything you probably want. And same with Memphis. Somebody brought that up. Like the Memphis, clubhouse or equipment guy is full stocked, but they were on a road trip. So you just take kind of where you're gonna need to get through the week.
That's true. Dude, did you also see the Memphis Instagram photo with those guys going nuts watching Baez hit his third home run? That was so cool. And then rooting for your teammates like that and seeing him grow up, like that's awesome. That's baseball right there.
That's a culture thing, 100%. And they do such a great job inventing that. And a quick shout out to Chaim Bloom. Chip brought this up in the broadcast. He was actually eligible to come up Friday. Baez was. But because the game was on Apple TV, he wanted to wait until Saturday when it was on Cardinals TV with the subscribers so they could see it.
Let's go, Chaim. Way to manipulate the market, buddy. I'm proud of you. I appreciate it. I mean, I wish you guys might have changed their uniforms. I don't know what it is. The powder blue just is not.
No.
You might call it victory. It just doesn't do it for me, man. But you know what? All hats off to him. 3 home runs, 3 at bats. Way to go. And showed his versatility too, man. Going opposite fields and dead center like that. Impressive.
You brought up, again, another great point about uniforms. We got that survey from the Cardinals a couple of weeks ago, and they flipped back to the Navy on the road. Best look in baseball.
Absolutely. Let's go. And I love that look, and I'm glad they're back. And they looked a little darker than they used to today in the Cub sunlight. But you know what? I don't care. I like them. Welcome back.
Yeah, big fan. Probably going to have to go out and grab one myself. We're talking about the future of the team. And yeah, it's easy to be a prisoner of the moment. Baez could probably go over 150 now. We're like, he's still the future at left field. But now you've got another spot locked down. And you're starting to see the team kind of slowly put pieces in place. I see the text today. Listen, if Baez can hit for 30 plus home runs, now you got both corner guys hitting for 30. Burley, a 30 home run guy. You can get away with Herrera being an on base / doubles guy. Mason Wynn could drive in 40 runs, and as long as he prevents 60, he's done his job. They brought up and one of your catchers has to pan out. They brought up a point, and Ali said this. Herrera keeps catching, and the Cubs ran all over him Friday. Because what if they acquire somebody who's just a DH type, a Kyle Schwarber type? Then Herrera's bat's got to play somewhere. What do you and which led me to, well, what's open right now? That's third base. Where do you see the future of third base for this organization? As, in my opinion, it's a slow ascension, but at least now it's an ascension. You kind of know the future of a lot of places, catcher and center field being the other big two. However, there's 4 dudes for those spots right now, and you figure one of them's going to pan out, but nothing at third base.
I think they're hired on that Daniel Ortiz or Danielle Ortiz guy. Yeah. Okay. So I think they're high on him to be the third base of the future, but I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's going to be Blaze Jordan, but he needs some more bats, and he confuses me. He makes all the routine plays. He just finally hit his second home run of the year, and he's supposed to be a home run hitter. That's a premium offensive spot that you're going to need somebody because you got defense covered up the middle. You don't need him to be that great. I don't know. It's nobody that I see other than Ortiz, but this is kind of the thing that you get when you draft the best available athlete rather than go by position. This is kind of the trouble you run into. You don't find a traditional third baseman sometimes.
What about Jesus Baez?
I do forget about him. I don't. You know what? He could be your third baseman because unless you're trading Mason Wynn this offseason or next, then you're not. supplanting him with Jesus Baez, he'll probably be your third baseman.
Gorman's hitting 186, but the power's coming back. He's been on a little heater. He's got 7 home runs now. Is maybe, or you can move a couple of these catchers and a couple of these arms for Jackson Holiday.
I'd rather do that because Jackson Holiday's left-hander too. I'd rather do that, man. I cannot go through this new Gorman experiment again. We've watched it for the last 4 years. You know what he is. He's got a huge hole in his swing. Got the power, does play, and I agree with that. I mean, but you can't have a Major League Baseball player hitting 186. I mean, Baez is going to strike out a lot of times. He 136 Ks already in the minors, but man, like 186 with what he was doing up here in the bigs. No, you can't play. I don't want to see the Nolan Gorman experiment again.
Realistically, assuming there's baseball, there won't be. But assuming there's baseball in 27, do you just go do a pillow contract on like a Ryan McMahon to get you through a year until Jesus Baez is ready? Or do you sell the farm and go after a third baseman?
I don't think they're going to, unless it's a young third baseman that they know is available and will fit their scheme. I don't think so. I think they're going
Which
to
is a
do your
Jackson
pillow.
Holiday.
It is a Jackson Holiday. You're exactly right. But what is Baltimore going to take for him? And I think with that, as Cardinal fans, you're trying to get 2 for 1. You think if you're going to get Jackson, you're going to get Matt as your bench coach or hitting coach. So maybe you can do that. But other than that, you're just going to wait because you want to see what you have in your own farm system. But I would like to see it still get third base supplanted and get it a cornerstone there so we know what's going on in the next decade.
You talk about power a lot with Gorman. So there was a stat that came out the other day. Busch Stadium has given up 67 home runs this year. The average beer league park's in the low 100s. That's a 33% difference, Busch to the regular stadiums around baseball. You saw about a week ago, Burleson hit one in and he said, man, fuck this place, because the park kept it in. Busch, too, was a massive pitcher park, other than when McGuire Pujols were at bat. Do you think there's anything that can be done, or is it just going to have to play to a pitcher's park and these guys are going to need to adjust on their own? Because we saw when he was, played in New York, 3 bombs that night, he'd hit 50 if he was a Yankee regular.
Yep. If you want to change Busch Stadium and have it be a neutral ballpark, tear down Ballpark Village. That is exactly what changed that stadium because this stadium the ball used to carry and you would die at times. Of course, that's in the humidity and everything. But no, you got to get Ballpark Village out of there because that changed the wind currents and everything. And that's why that ball dies in there so much now. And I wish that they would have done the engineering for this to figure that out before they built that monstrosity over there. But short of bringing in the fences a little bit, which, okay, you can do that and give you some extra capacity for seating, which, there's no money in baseball. So you can see that happening maybe, but I don't know. I don't know what you can do. And I'm not a huge fan of bringing in the fences. Play the ballpark with the dimensions you're given. I mean, friggin' Ebbets Field and the Polo Grounds were huge, and you still got triples and home runs out of there. So,
The Royals brought in the fences at the K this year, and it didn't matter. Like, hasn't helped them at all. So I agree with you. Just play with what you got. Like, you're a big leaguer. Learn to adjust. Put the ball in the gap. But I understand the money's in the true power numbers, things like that. Tyrell, we're getting closer to September 1st. Sadly, I mean, August is flying by here. You're going to get 1 position player call up and 1 pitcher. Who is your early leader right now and who that's going to be?
he's already up. I think you're going to get a run of one of your catchers because I don't think Jimmy Crooks has shown you what he needs to show you this season. And he's been not given a lot of run, but he's given a lot of leeway. So I think you're going to see one of your catchers brought up here for that. And then
It'd be Barnwell. He's on the 40 man.
Yeah, it's going to be Bernal. And I think it should. I mean, why not? He's a lefty, just like Crooks is. It'd be fine for me. And I think it'll just be Quinn brought up too. So Quinn and Bernal.
Quinn comes up and gives you a 6-man rotation because Leahy's tossing a ton of innings, Palante's tossing a lot. That would make the most sense to kind of go to a 6-man and manipulate it. Position player wise, you've got a Cesar Prieto you can call back up. You've got a Gorman, you got a Sajacy, you got a Victor Scott. None of those excite me.
Yeah. No, I want to see the future. Bring up Bernal.
I think it's going to be Gorman.
Sadly, I think you're right. And I think they're just going to let him play. But then what do you do with Blaze? Do you just let him go back down or you let him sit on the bench?
You get a +1. So in the Memphis season's over in early September. So you wouldn't do a ton by making 2 roster moves. You can't take Burley out of the lineup as long as you're still in it.
Yeah. Yep.
So now I think you just got to keep you plus you.
Yeah. Blaze pitches hits against lefties and Gorman pitches hits against righties because I mean he can't hit a left-hander.
But can Gorman get a little more protection now? He doesn't have to hit fit. Now he can hit 60. Now he's behind Baez. And that's another point about Josh Baez as we continue to glaze Josh Baez on this program. Now Walker's got protection. Now he can hit behind Burley. Now Burley's getting protected. So
It,
now again, you lengthen out the lineup, which is the goal the whole time. You don't have Nathan Church in a 5 spot.
Absolutely, and you kind of saw that today with what they were pitching Walker. He got more fastballs today than he did the day before because they now have to respect that power at number 5 and that home run that he hit. I mean, I was impressed with Walker as that. He's good at bat. So absolutely, I was thinking the same exact thing. That 3-4-5 can potentially be really dangerous, especially. And then, like you said, you got JJ hitting leadoff, and that dude works a count. Good, probably gonna get a walk. Gonna get a single. Then you got the double machines. You got second, third and Burley's coming up, and you're getting the meteor lineup, and that pitcher's starting to get a little nervous. I like what the Cardinals built with 1 through 5 right now.
Arguably, it's the best young through 1 through 5 in baseball. Young
Absolutely,
one.
because with potential that they've got, absolutely.
And now you got to start thinking about your bottom half. You got to develop your 6, 7, 8 now. That's got to be next. Now, if your 1 through 5 is set through the middle of the 2030s, now how do we develop 6, 7, 8? And that's got to be kind of the next target, so to speak. Tonight's old man yells at cloud. How much you drop at the grocery store, my guy?
$367 today.
For a family of 3.
For a family of 3, man.
How long is that going to last you?
Dude, I don't know. It's been steadily increasing and increasing this whole year, man. We went from probably $150, $200 every week to now it's $300 every week. It is $1,200 to $1,500 a month to feed us.
A house payment.
Yeah, it absolutely is, man. I cannot. You know what? I'm not going to get too political, but I thought we were supposed to bring the grocery prices down. Like all I've seen is things rise, gas is going up, everything rise. Like, what are we doing? Like, you can't keep going like this.
I got a family of 3 like you here in central Missouri. My current Walmart cart for next week, as I kind of shop ahead, has got $225, and our Sam's order is sitting around $250. That's $500 on 2 teacher salaries.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. There's no way you can feed somebody and then get a measly $2,000 tax credit at the end of the year for a child, which doesn't. Good luck feeding a kid on $2,000 in a year.
Where?
Yeah, Bangladesh.
And my kid just eats mac and cheese cups all day long. Like she's not, super picky eater, but still, it's the high cost of living, man, and we're getting to a breaking point as a society.
Yeah, and I'm broke, dude. I had before in the last couple of months, like I had discretionary income and now or disposable income, and I don't have disposable income anymore. And I make a damn good salary, and we work paycheck to paycheck, and I just cannot fathom how this is going to continue. I mean, you're just going to end up breaking us all. Like, I can't stay under the yoke of oppression forever.
And before anybody hits me up in the comments, we just went to LA for a week. I worked 3 jobs this summer in the month of June to pay for that trip. My wife worked an extra job the month of summer to pay for that trip. It's not where you can just save anymore because there's no such thing as saving.
No, not anymore. And I mean, that whole bullshit pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah, I've done that my entire life. I came from a dirt poor farm and I'm still pulling myself up with bootstraps every day of the week. So, when's that? When am I supposed to stop pulling up? And does that ever end?
They can't get much higher.
Yeah. Fuck, like an old man.
Let's have a little fun tonight. Belle, my daughter, brought this one up. She's like, it's getting close to fall. The NFL preseason has started. So I've got your blind rank 5 great things about fall. Let's start with the basic bitch number 1. Go into a pumpkin patch.
Oh, God, I think you're going to say pumpkin spice latte. Son of a bitch. Go to a pumpkin patch. Dude, I'm actually growing some pumpkins right outside in my garden right now. I never actually got to do that as a kid. We just always had them. So 5. I've never done it, so I don't see the fun in it.
Put on your flannel, go take cute fall photos. Speaking of family misery, how about a corn maze?
Yes, you know what? I'm gonna go that number 3 because you're sitting on the tractor. You're probably having a little warm cider with you. You got your flannel on, little dip. So yeah, that's number 3. I like those, especially at night. Little tractor, little haunted. I'm with that.
Subtopic: are you a cider guy or a hot chocolate guy?
Fall, I'm cider. Christmas time, I'm hot chocolate.
That's fair. That first day, it's pretty cold outside. You're making chili.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, we make chili every Halloween. We have to. It just, it's a necessity. Love chili. Get that.
Where's that
Ugh.
fall in?
Yes. Yeah.
Which
Making
number?
chili? Yeah. You know what? I got to go 2 for that because I have to, it's just such a, makes me feel at home. It makes me reminisce about being a kid and being with my family and that warm time.
The next two are tough, man. Fall beers at the bonfire.
Homie, that's number 1. That's just, I mean, just sitting around shooting the shit with the fellas, the girls, whatever you got to do in high school. Like you're there at the bonfire, you got a 12 pack with you, you know, you got your Letterman jacket on, like it's cool. Dude, nothing better, nothing better. I'm an extrovert to the nth degree, and I love communication, love talking to people. I love that.
And for legality purposes, the junior girl just kind of giving you the look.
That eye across the bonfire. Yeah, buddy, right there with you.
You're a couple Sam's Adams in, like,
Mm.
well, we know where this is going to go.
Yes, we do.
And finally, it's cold outside, the windows are open, and you hear Pat McAfee screaming at you, laying on the couch and just watching college ball all day.
I
It's
don't
got to be
like.
full. That's all that's left.
I don't like laying around the house anyway. So number 4. I'm out here, dude. He's on at 7 a.m. So I'm up drinking coffee and everything like that. So, and we get the good games out later. So yeah, it's number 4, but it's fun to watch still.
I don't know, man. That October night where it's cold, it's dark, and like Tennessee's playing at LSU. Like, give me that. I love that. It's the only time I will lay around on the couch because we're in season right now. I don't get a lot of couch time anymore. I'm averaging like 15,000 steps a day these days. I can just sit there and watch a premium college football game. That's my number 1 by
Dude,
far.
that is fun. It's that you get the windows open, like I said, cool breeze coming in. Yeah, absolutely agree with you. That's a fun
Do you
one
have the
too.
outside TV?
I do have the outside TV because I've got the porch for the pool. So yeah, I do. So and I got the pit fire going. Yeah, you can sit back and kick back, have the fire crackle, and drink beer and watch football.
And now because of the modern technology, you can do the split screen on YouTube TV and get the playoffs on MLB on one half, and you get a college football game on the other. That's how
Uh, I think last year, one of my parties, we were going in and out. World Series was on in the main living room, and outside we had college football on.
a lot of things in life cost money, man, and so does a subscription to YouTube TV. But it's hard to beat that, and you can't put a price on that.
Yeah, you cannot. And
The
especially,
smoker's been rolling all day.
yes, it has it.
Give me a college football Saturday over an NFL Sunday all day.
Oh yes, 100%. Because you wake up, and start drinking on Saturday, and just have a great day and enjoy it. Absolutely agree with you, 100%. I've always enjoyed college football on Saturday more than I have NFL Sunday.
Especially you being a West Coaster. Game start at what, 10 a.m.
Uh huh.
and it rolls till midnight with those West Coast games.
You just put a little bit of whiskey in that coffee as you're going throughout the morning, just rolling. And then noon, you got the grill going. Time for beers.
Peak living, my friend. Peak living.
Yes, sir.
We'll get back together next Sunday night. Cardinals are 3.5 out now. When they finish the Phillies series next Sunday, where are they staying in the wild?
Half game out.
Whoa, that's a big jump this week.
Yep. Other teams are gonna falter. Brewers are gonna falter a little bit because they're dealing with the injuries right now, and I think they're gonna surge forward with this momentum with Joshua Baez. He's gonna carry this team a little bit. We're gonna be a half game out of the wild card.
How many homers for Baez this week
He's going 5 for 5. He's hitting one in every day
in Cincinnati? I'm going to say 2.5 out, and when we get back together next Sunday night, he'll hit 5 for the week.
Okay, yeah, that'd be. You know what? What a start to a week. 7 home runs in a week. That'd be nuts.
As somebody who's got 2 Josh Baez autos on eBay, I need him to hit 5 home runs this week.
I understand that, sir. I understand that.
We'll be back Sunday night to wrap it up. For the Mouth of the West, Tyrell Mauck'n. I am Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you Sunday.